What if I told you that some of the biggest $100 M and $500 M empires were not built with money first, but with structure? Most people think wealth starts with income, capital, or even a business idea. But that's wrong, because wealth actually starts with control. And once you understand how control works inside a holding company, you realize something shocking: you don't need money to start. You need a system that knows how to use money when it arrives, and the people building empires today are not the ones with the most money, they are the ones with the best structure. And most people build businesses the wrong way by starting one company, trying to grow it, and hoping it changes their life. But wealthy people don't build businesses, they build systems that own businesses. And that system is called a holding company, which completely changes everything, because you stop thinking like an operator and start thinking like an owner of owners. At the beginning, a holding company looks useless, with no revenue, no product, and no employees, just structure. But this is exactly where control is created. Because the goal is not income, it is positioning for ownership. And while most people wait until they have money first, wealthy builders build structure first, so when opportunity comes, they already have somewhere to place it. Because money follows structure, not the other way around, and structure always beats capital. Now, even without money, you have structure, and that allows you to trade skill for ownership instead of saying you need to start a business. You say you will help grow a business in exchange for equity. And this is where real deals begin, through sweat equity, seller financing, profit-sharing agreements, and minority ownership stakes, where a business owner stuck in outdated systems brings the asset and you bring the skills. And instead of a salary, you get ownership. And ownership changes everything, because it continues even when you stop working, shifting your mindset from how do I earn money to how do I control assets, which is the first real step toward empire building. Now you own your first business, even if it's small or fragile, and the holding company becomes real as it sits above the business, does not run operations, but controls direction. However, most people fail here because they mix everything: money, accounts, and decisions, and the system collapses. So discipline becomes everything, with separate accounts, separate legal entities, clear ownership agreements, and documented decisions. Because the goal is not just ownership, it is scalable ownership. And one business is not the empire, it is only the foundation of the system. As things scale from $1 M to 20 Ms, you stop thinking small and start building a repeatable system through deal sourcing networks like lawyers and accountants, acquisition filters, due diligence systems, financing structures, and integration playbooks. And now every new business becomes easier than the last because you are stacking systems instead of starting from zero. And each business funds the next one as cash flow becomes fuel and structure becomes leverage, which is how real empires are built, not in one moment, but through repeated controlled acquisitions. And your thinking shifts from asking if a business is good to asking if it fits the system. At the platform phase, you are no longer running businesses, but a portfolio, where the holding company becomes a platform with shared finance, legal, HR systems, and central decision-making. And now you are no longer emotionally attached to businesses because you are allocating capital, where some businesses grow, some get cut, and some get sold. And you reach the stage where you are no longer building businesses but managing capital flow across a system, which is real wealth thinking. Because wealth is not about keeping everything, it is about optimizing everything. At scale, your biggest enemy is not failure but misallocated capital, because every dollar must have a purpose, and every business must justify its place, and this is where operators fail and empire builders are created. Because once you understand this, you realize you don't build wealth by chasing money, you build wealth by designing where money flows. If you understood this concept, subscribe for more deep breakdowns like this.